Greetings, friends and fellow freelancers, and welcome back to another episode of Tabletop Mercenary. Today, I wanted to talk about, well, why we're all here, which is how to make more money with TTRPGs. Because a thing we've likely all noticed is that this is a very small niche of the publishing industry, and it's already difficult enough to make money publishing anything as it is, much less highly detailed guides for games of make-believe. So you really need to use all the tools at your disposal if you want to stay ahead of your rent, your mortgage, your bills, whatever it is you're hoping to pay with the proceeds you make from this part of your career. And there is a very obvious thing that lots of folks overlook, and that even those who know about it don't really understand and can sometimes misinterpret. So today I wanted to talk about affiliate programs and affiliate earnings, how they can affect you, and why you should really invest in them as a creator. Now, for those who have never heard of them before, you don't know what I'm talking about, an affiliate program is basically something that a publisher, a company, a dealer will run where people who help them make sales, people who are essentially salespeople paid on commission, get a small cut of everything they help move from a website. Now, if you go to Amazon, if you go to DriveThruRPG, both of these have affiliate programs. Both of these also obviously have large amounts of RPG books on them. So if you were to go to one of these two sites and you were to sign up to become an affiliate, normally this, if you want to go to Amazon, you have to go to the Amazon Associates program, which is affiliate-program.amazon. If you want to go to DriveThruRPG, first you need to log into your account, and then you need to go to DriveThruRPG.com/affiliate_FAQ.php for those who want to look this up for themselves. And both of these programs will have very specific instructions for who you need to send an email to, what you need to fill out, and once you're approved, you get the ability to make what are called affiliate links. And these basically operate as a way to earmark traffic that you bring to a website. So for example, if you were to go down below into the description of this video, you will probably see some links to supplements that I have written. These are affiliate links. These are for Adrian, the fellow who runs the channel, and when folks buy something from those links, he gets a 5% cut of them. That 5% does not come from my earnings. So if he were to put a link to, say, some of my World of Darkness supplements, and someone thought those are really neat, and they bought some, I would get my full royalty for those supplements. But Adrian gets 5% of what DriveThruRPG would otherwise have gotten. So typically, I believe DriveThruRPG takes about 10% of a sale, so they cut that in half and give part of that to the affiliate. This really helps motivate people, and it gives you a way to either double dip your own marketing, or it allows you to really boost the signal for, friends and fellow freelancers in the business, without feeling like you're doing a whole lot of free promotion and spending a lot of time that you could be using trying to make your own content. So, for example, if I have a friend of mine who comes out with an RPG product of their own, whether it's the I Know a Guy supplement, which came out fairly recently, should have a link to that below because that's a really good one folks should check out. I can then go to my social media and I can tell people about it. I could go to my blog, Improved Initiative, and I could do a review of it. And in that review, I could leave my affiliate link. And so at that point, any sales that I help make, my friend would get their royalty cut, and I would get my 5% fee for basically acting as the hype guy. I'm the one who's getting the actual sale, so I get a small cut of the proceeds. The important thing to remember here is that when you have an affiliate link, when you're trying to make sales as an affiliate, you don't have to only sell your own content. Some folks choose to go that route, but that is not the only thing you have to do. You also don't have to sell specifically the thing you made a link to. So let's return to our previous example. Let's say that someone was reading my blog, where I reviewed the supplement I Know a Guy, which is an NPC list for modern games for those who are curious and haven't checked it out yet. And someone clicks through and they decide they want to check this out, and they look at it and they decide, I like this, I'm going to add it to my cart. But while they're there, they also see a couple of other supplements they want to get. They also see maybe a Call of Cthulhu module they want to run, and they buy those things too. Because they came in through my link, I get credit for this entire shopping spree. So I get the 5% cut of the I Know a Guy, but I also get 5% of that module they bought. I get 5% of this bundle they thought was really neat. And that's how these things can add up. Of the more things people get, the better off you do. And sometimes it can be very confusing as to why you get credit for certain items, but it's because there's no rhyme or reason as to what people will buy on a shopping spree. As a good example, there was a recent post of mine I did on Improved Initiative, which was about puzzle boards. And I think they're a really neat way to, just for those who are not familiar what a puzzle board is, it's an elevated surface with raised sides that you usually use for solving jigsaws. It's so stuff doesn't get scattered all over a table and you don't lose your parts and pieces, and you have sort of a centralized area to do it. But they're big enough, you can basically put an RPG battle mat on them, and it's usually put on a Lazy Susan. So now you can spin it around so that everybody at the table can sort of see the battle from the best angle for them. And that's a really neat idea, so I wrote an article about it along with an affiliate link to several models of these boards to show people what I'm talking about. That was a fairly popular article thus far. I think it's topped about 400 hits recently, which for me is pretty good these days. And apparently there were over 90 click-throughs on my affiliate links for these. I made 2 sales, neither of which was for a puzzle board. Apparently someone is also a shooter enthusiast because they bought a group of extra clips for their weapon along with some earbuds for going to the range. And I got credit for that. That had nothing to do with what I was originally telling people about, what I was originally pushing in this article. But money is money, and I will take the sale I can get. And this is very similar to what you see for other things. You might put out a link to a supplement a friend of yours has done. You might put out a link to your latest release for a setting you're working on, and someone could decide, nah, that's not really for me. But as long as they're still browsing the site, as long as they're still getting something, you'll end up with more money in your pockets at the end of the day. And this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a thing you can do overnight. This is something you need to work into your routine as a producer, as a publisher, as a creator, because it takes a while. There is very rarely a single thing you can do that will blow up overnight and make you wealthy. That's not the way this industry works. But if you're on social media, because you're going to have to promote your own supplements, your own games, your own releases in order to get people to know about them, you may as well double dip at that point. If you're making posts on forums, if you're writing blogs, if you're making YouTube videos, putting these links in there basically acts as you burying a landmine. Maybe nobody steps on it today, maybe nobody steps on it tomorrow. Sooner or later, there's a possibility that someone comes along and pushes that button. And when that happens, you have made a sale, and that sale adds up over time, because 5% is not a lot, but 5% of hundreds of thousands of sales over a year is nothing to sneeze at. For those who are curious, I recently did my year-end wrap-up for what I have earned in royalties, what I have earned in affiliates. And my affiliate earnings were about 1.5 times what I made from my actual sales, which is not uncommon, because when you make affiliate links for things, it is very difficult to judge what it is people are going to buy. And just because you're putting up links to your own stuff, to your own creations, is no guarantee that that's what people are going to get at the end of the day. But if you put in all the effort to do the marketing, if you put in all of the energy to write reviews, to tell people about a thing you're making, to big up the signals of your friends, or even if you just want to spread the word on charity bundle that's going out, you may as well ensure that you are getting your cut at the end of the day, because you're not taking money away from creators, you're not taking money away from good causes, you're just sharing what the profits would be to the company itself. And there's no reason that you shouldn't do that. And I say this explicitly because there are a lot of people out there who seem to misunderstand how an affiliate program works. They think that you're taking money away from creators. They think that you're just siphoning off other people's hard work. And it's important to remember that you're not being paid for other people's creations. This isn't an AI art situation. You're being paid for the fact that you are doing the marketing. That is the job you're doing. And anyone out there who is a writer of any sort, 5% is a tiny fee to part with for someone else to do your marketing. And when that fee doesn't even come out of your royalties, oh boy, that is a bargain, and that is a deal. It is it is a thing that I will put out there. Most people who like creating don't particularly like marketing. So if you have a friend of yours, or if you have an associate who has an affiliate account, please ask them to help, because it's easier to live with knowing that your friend, your contact, your network associate is getting something for their energy if they choose to help you out, rather than just asking them to do free marketing for you. Because it is very frustrating when you have to go to other people because you don't have money to pay them for their help, but you also don't want them to just be helping you for nothing, because then you feel indebted. That can become an issue, and it can really burn a connection that you have if you just ask somebody one too many times to help out without that help really giving them anything other than the satisfaction of knowing they helped promote your product, they helped promote your brand. Affiliate sales are a great way to sort of add a little bit of sugar to that and help the medicine go down a little bit easier. Now, for those who think this is a good idea, for those who want to work this into their routine, it is important to, well, first let people know what it is they're doing and what it is they're getting into. Affiliates have to explain that this is what they are and this is what they're doing. For those who actually read the disclaimer links on my blog, that's where I put it, because all the links on my blog, Improved Initiative, all the links on my blog, The Literary Mercenary, those are all affiliate links. And it is exhausting to go through and label every single individual one, this is an affiliate link. But you have to let people know, otherwise you could get reported to the program. This could get you banned from using it in the future, and that can be a big deal if you have spent years building up all of your links, if you've been planting all these landmines across all of your various media. Suddenly having that yanked out from under you could mean a loss of hundreds to thousands of dollars. A year, certainly. A month, possibly, if you've been doing this for a long time. The other thing to remember is that, as I said earlier, this is not going to be a one and done scenario. This is going to be something you do, if not daily, at least weekly. You know, it's anytime you create a piece of media, anytime you run an ad campaign, anytime a friend of yours comes out with something, anytime you just see something neat. It takes you all of 20 seconds to make an affiliate link for it, rather than just clicking share. And when it comes to it, at the end of the day, it's hard enough making a living doing this. You're going to need every weapon you have in your arsenal. So if you're not already an affiliate approved individual for various websites that, you know, your games appear on, or that people you know's games appear on, sign up for these programs today and really just knuckle down and work it into your routine. Because if you're not doing that, you're basically letting lots of opportunities slip through your fingers, because you are already probably putting out the energy to put links in your articles. You're putting out the effort to really market your product, to let people know your game is out there. You may as well get paid twice for it. And so that is the Mercenary's advice for the day, because at the end of the day, the bottom line matters, and it is impossible to keep making games if we can't afford to keep the lights on while we're doing it. So anything that helps make that easier, anything that we can do that is within the bounds of the rules, is really worth pursuing, and I highly recommend people look into this and that they check it out. If you have questions about how various programs work, or about strategies that really function for you, please leave them down in the comments below. And till next time, this is your Tabletop Mercenary, signing off. First and foremost, thank you for staying to the end of this episode of Tabletop Mercenary. If there's a question you have about being an RPG creator, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments below so I can address it in a future episode. If you want to help me keep the lights on and keep this show going, then please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and giving it a share on your own social media pages to help boost the signal. Lastly, if you really enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a tip by buying me a Ko-fi or becoming a Patreon patron at the links in the video description below. You'll find me on both sites under the name The Literary Mercenary.